And that's going to be one of the last time that I enter in this car, because tomorrow the lease is expired. I need to bring it back to the dealership. So starting maybe not tomorrow, but yeah, tomorrow by night, I'm going to be exclusively a rider, Harley rider, for a couple of months until I'm being able to get another car. I hope I could do that before my birthday, which is in January. But that's how life goes. Sometimes we are up, sometimes we are down, but we are always moving, and that's what we're doing right now. Today is going to be a fantastic day. I'm going to give a presentation to our agents at IRG, International Realtors Group, about social media marketing, what I do, how I do it, and what could they do to get more reach and more clients. I know I'm not a real estate social media influencer, but I'm very proud of the work that I've done in the last 5 years. I mean, not 5 years, but maybe in the last 4 years, 3.5 years. And as a result, I got some accomplishments. I'm working with four people at this moment. One that wants to buy a multifamily came from my social media activities back in 2018. Now I'm seeing the development of it. I have another one that is Yes, I have another one that wants to buy a lot to build 4 to 6 houses and live in one and potentially rent or sell the other one, which is a nice strategy. Basically their house is going to be free because they are going to make money on the other ones. And both of them, those two, came from social media strategies, either Instagram, YouTube. Oh, there's another one. There's another Brazilian that is buying a house, but he's still on hold because of all the travel restrictions. And so I'm working with 5 at this moment. I'm working with more, but let's put it this way, 5 at this moment. 2 came through just regular stuff, and 3 came through social media. So social media, has an important role on my business. And throughout this year, from the 11 houses that I sold, 9 were through social media, and 2 were for other thing. I gave in the beginning of the year, while we didn't have the pandemic yet, I gave a keynote presentation about multifamily, and from that I sold 2 houses. So yeah, content in whatever form is important. Birthday here. The boss is doing birthdays today. Paulina. No, it's getting younger. La música, la fiesta, los tacos, los mariachis.
Sí. I brought my whistles and the tequila and sombrero. No.
Okay. So we have all the grills here for the birthday.
On the board, what is it? What is it?
And then today we wanted to do something more intimate. Okay, I'll sign in a second. We wanted to do something more intimate because we're celebrating Thanksgiving, and we have a lot of things coming up. So we decided just to get whoever was able to join us today, and do it within us. So that's why we don't have like any outside guests today. But also in a way to help each other. We know that social media is a big key for all of us. So trying to choose, who's someone who can share with us and give us more information and help us learn a little more and give us some, key facts that we can all learn from it. And I think Daniel has a lot to offer, so we asked Daniel if he can help us and so he can share some of his things from social media with all of us.
Tricks.
Yeah. So Daniel, if you can please come and help everybody with that.
I will. Thank you. Yeah, so the idea is to make the social media strategy easy, and it works. It really works. I've been here in the US for almost 6 years, as an agent for the past 1.5, and really focus on it in the last year, from this year actually. And basically my strategy, because we are in COVID and I don't know a lot of people here, has been social media, and that has helped me a lot with international buyers and of course with locals. Just as an example, I'm working right now with 3 people that came exclusively from social media: a Brazilian one that wants to buy a $12 million home, a Brazilian that wants to buy $2.5 million more or less triple net leases, and a girl that I'm going to show you the post that I did, that is following me since April last year. And I did a post about just asking, do you intend to move places in the next 6 months? And 7 people said yes. I direct messaged all of them, and this girl, not only she wants to move, she wants to buy a lot, to build 4 townhouses, live in one and sell the other 3. And that it came exclusively from social media. It doesn't need to be something very hard. And in 1950, do you know the Guinness beer? In 1950, they were perceiving that their sale was going down. You know what they did? They went to the pubs and started surveying what people did in the pubs. And all what people do in pubs, talk about soccer and talk about trivias, facts that that nobody cares. So what Guinness did? Guinness Book of World Records. So they did the Guinness Book just to give reason people to go to the pubs and talk about it and drink more. In the late 800s and beginning of 1900s, a tire company decided, look, we need people to drive more cars so they can wear more the tires and we sell more tires. So what we are going to do? Oh, so why we don't start reviewing restaurants and just in the middle of the country so people can drive to there and find out about the country, so about these restaurants. So that's where it came, the Michelin guide for restaurants, to make people drive more. So think about the long game. How long does it take for one change their tires? 40,000 miles, 30,000 miles, and they said, look, let's make a book so people can drive more. So what I'm trying to say is that when we do things not expecting that we are going to close tomorrow with the post, oh, I did 5 posts, nobody talked to me, so I'm not going to do anymore. We just need to keep doing, because everybody that I'm working right now that came from social media didn't came from last week or last month's post, came from 2 years or 1 year ago. And that's why we need to keep consistency. And I was talking to the girls here, and Paulina, who is just starting on that also, and she was asking me, Daniel, I don't know where to put, where to post, what subject, how much should I post it? And first of all, how much you can. So on Instagram, for instance, I try to post 2 to 3 posts a day, like the regular post, and the stories as many as interestingly possible. So the other day I went to Paramount, an open house, and to kitchen company to look some kitchens for a client. I documented everything on the stories, because that every time you go to the stories, the people that I don't know if everybody can see here. We need to be remembered. And every time you go to the stories, what shows here is everybody that is posting right now. So I'm a single guy, so you're going to see a lot of women here. So if you post 1 story a day, you're going to be in the end. And people are scrolling their phones all the time. So we are here. We should be posting pictures here with the colleagues, look with who I am. And that's a good thing too, to have people with you. The other day, and identity is something very important. The other day I went on, I ride motorcycles, so I went to Key West with a bunch of friends. And one of those guys that were there, he did stories with me. From that story came a guy that wants to buy a property because I was talking to him, and he said, look, if you want to buy, this guy, he sells like ATM machines investment, and he said, look, if you don't want to invest in ATM machine, but you want properties, talk to this guy. Two people, I got 2 or 3 followers from there. One accessed me, and one now we're working to do. So we never know from where they are going to come. The important thing is our posts need to be about them, because nobody cares about us. Nobody cares what Daniel does or Jengas does or Ashley does. They want to see, okay, what is Daniel posting that is good for me? So we can post a property, of course, we are trying to sell something, or we can post something motivational for them, or we can post information like this video is in Portuguese, but I'm talking how international buyers that want to build here, how they can finance construction. On this other one, also about construction finance, and I'm going to explain how I do this, the subtitle and everything else. Of course, sometimes we need to promote ourselves also, but on this one, I'm talking about the lack of single-family homes on the market. So I'm providing information for them, and that's Jose was saying, Daniel, it feels like if I watch all your videos, I'm going to learn a lot of things, and that's the point. I want people to come here to learn, because at some point when they make a decision, they are going to come to me, even though 10,000 agents do the post about the same thing. For some reason, they like this bald guy that rides a Harley. Sometimes they like the exactly. Sometimes they like the Puerto Rican, or I don't know, someone from Cuba, or because they relate. So I have also a page just for the real estate, but here I basically post everything about me, about real estate, about US. People want to know what, look, people want to go, people actually send me messages asking where is this because they want to go there. So we want to be a marketing company. More than that, we want to be a news company for those people. If I want to focus, my focus is luxury homes. So I don't post anything under $1 million. I don't post anything under $1 million because that's how I want people to remember me. Oh, Daniel is the guy with the commercial properties and the $1 million homes. That's my identity. If Ashley wants to focus, look, I wanna be the girl for Brico. She needs to post things from Brico, reviewing restaurants, reviewing vendors, places here, different spots that nobody knows, because when they want something, they are going to go there. And the process can be as simple or as difficult as you want. I basically use a couple of apps or sites to design some of the social media. This one is very well known. It's called Canva. There's a free version and a paid version. The free version has everything that you want, and it's pretty simple because now they even have like video templates and everything, so you can have animated, and everything that you need you have here. You have Instagram stories, you have the templates, and you can just look for anything, and it's just drag and drop. You can just put your image here, and you just put the image there, you get the template and do it. So what I do,
Which one was it?
Canva, C-A-N-V-A. You have all the templates here, and you can use them or you can create own whatever you want. So what I do, for instance,
They have an app that we can download.
yes, they have an app. I particularly don't like the app because I don't like to do. For me, it's easier here, but they have an app, so you can use the app. But I think the desktop is easier, in my point. So what I do every day, or try to do it the most days, as frequently as possible. I don't have much listings. I have 3 listings, so I cannot post those 3 listings every single day because it's going to be boring. So what I do, I go to MLS, and I search for listings that the broker allows to advertise. And I just download the images and I put here. It doesn't matter if it's not my listing. The guy is going to see and he wants to buy. And I'm perplexed how that there is not a lot of listings that the broker doesn't allow to advertise. They just want to keep to themselves. But I just go there. I see everything that is over 1 million, and every day I pick one. If I know the broker, I ask for the images without the MLS information. Usually they send to me. If I don't know the broker, on Photoshop you can scratch that out. I put here and I create this every day. Information about the listing. This is actually a template. You will see, Daniel, I don't want to put three pictures. I want to put more pictures. Grid. So they have the formats here for you. They have all the formats here for you if you want to do differently. So you just drag from here, put it there, and just put your pictures. So in that way, like in every slide I have 3 pictures. So I can show in 4 slides 12 pictures from the same unit and it doesn't get like, oh, so many. And when you download here from Canva, now you have the option to download this as an image or animated, so it just makes for you a little video.
Okay.
So, and you can, so this is the video. It like blends the informations differently. This one has 25 seconds with all the posts that I have, but it just do automatically the video for you with the animation. So that's something also that you can do to make it a little bit more interesting and less boring. Another thing, try to apply to yourself some kind of color scheme or font that everybody's going to look and they are going to connect with you. Okay, this is Daniel's post. I understand what that is. So that's what I do. For real estate, I use there's a purple thing that I put on the front just to give it a little bit of coloring, and that's my thing. So that's what I do, and I blend this with the everyday things. So I come to the office. Sometimes I do things in the office. Sometimes I do things on the street, and I put here just to make people always looking my stories. And also, of course, we need to sell. So this is what I did. Every kind of information I put here on the stories. This is the archive, and you only have the archive if you have, I think, if you have the what do you call the business account, which everybody should have. And so I want to show the post that I did was a very simple post, like Ashley's birthday. Make people interact with you. Here. I made this post, Aqualina. Are you planning to buy or selling your home? 50% yes, 50% no. So you go to the insights. You can see here who said yes. I went to it, every single one of them, and asked, okay, how can I help you? How can I help you? Are you some of Brazilian also? You're planning to come here or invest here or something? And this girl here, this woman, who is following me since April 2019, so last year, we are in the end of November. We just changed a few little things here. And last Tuesday, so you're looking for a new house, how can I help you? Oh yes, actually, we want to live in Design District or Edgewater, but we want to buy, at some point, he said here, we want to buy a lot to build 4 to 6 townhouses, live in one of them and sell the other one. So from one post. Yeah, then in one post, but she's following me since 2019. If it didn't make my content interesting, she would stop following me. So that's why we need to keep always doing. Not if you do one post today and one next Saturday, you are irrelevant. And you're not going to get boring for a simple reason. if the person who is following you doesn't interact with your content, Instagram is just not going to show your content to them. The algorithm is smarter than us. So it doesn't matter if you post 1 or 15, if that person is not following you, is not interacting, neither the 1 or the 15 are going to be shown. So don't get afraid of being too much. There's no such thing as too much. Cables TV don't have one show, they have 24-hour broadcast because people are always there. So if people are always here, why aren't we? We should be here all the time. Right now, technically, the social networks that have the most organic reach, meaning there are more people there than contents being created, it's LinkedIn and TikTok. What that means, that every post that we do, we get more views than we actually deserve. Why? Because there's so much people and so little content that LinkedIn is forced to show your content to a lot of people. So that's the best way to get non-paid views. And on Instagram, you can do advertising. It's really not that expensive yet, but it's a great way. I was talking to Jorge, right? Jose. Talking to other agents, we know that New Yorkers are coming, people from Chicago were coming, but what I'm sensing talking to them is that in the last 3 or 4 months, these people that are buying here, before they were coming with a realtor from their city. They reached out, hey, Mr. I don't know, find a realtor in Miami because I want to buy something there. And now what my friends are telling me is that people are flying and looking for realtors here. So what we should be doing? Posting and promoting to people in Chicago. I did this, I didn't get any response yet, but not always we get to close on the first interaction, but I did this one, looking for waterfront house or apartment in South Florida, and I promoted to there, Chicago, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, that area. I promoted to there. I didn't promote here because here there's too many people. I want them there to know that I'm here. If they want, and they need me, they can reach me. So I promoted this to that area. Yes.
Quick question. How much are you investing per month when you do outside Miami area?
Look, let's do something. If I want to promote this,
Are you assigning like a certain budget, like $200 a month?
look, if I invest $30, I'm going to reach 500 to 700. If I want to go further, okay, I'm to put, so for a week I'm going to double 13. So as much as you can.
Per month.
No, this is for one post
One post per week.
for 6 days. You're investing $10 per day.
I have my glasses out of see.
Yeah, no, this post, if I want to go for a month, I can go for a month.
How much it would be a month?
Can be 300, can be 100, can be 30,000. It's
30,000. That's funny. Yeah, I know.
that's the good thing about this. Giovanna and Cengiz are investing a lot of money on the magazine. And you cannot choose. Look, I want 10 magazines to have our picture. Like either you are all in or you are not. So you have a fixed budget. Here, dude, this month I have $100 that I can invest. So invest $100. And by doing that several times, you're going to see which kind of post that you promote that you get the most response, and then you adapt. Okay, I'm going to do only this. So I try to post 40 to 60 contents per day. Doesn't mean that I create 60 or 40 things per day, but same thing that I post here, I change the captions and I post on LinkedIn and I post on Facebook. When I make it easier, you can use this app here. With this app, also you have the version for the I'm from the 80s, so for me desktop sometimes is easier than this. Buffer.com. With this you can put all your platforms here. You create one post and you select to which platforms you want that post to be.
Is that more friendly than Hootsuite?
It's the same. I prefer this. I used to use Hootsuite, but I think this is easier. So it's the same thing. So here I have all my platforms, Twitter, which I don't use very much, but I have Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and here you post it. So sometimes I go on the weekends and I create 10 posts, like in 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, and I just schedule there so I don't have to concern, because in a day like this where we have the meeting and then have a showing, and I don't have time to do that, okay? So take the one day in the week that you have the time to do it for the whole week, and just schedule there. And you can schedule 3 posts a day, you can schedule 5 posts a day, 1 post a day, and you just put there, and it does everything for you, and you don't need to do anything. And when you do a post for Instagram, for instance, you can also write the first comment on your post, where I usually put my hashtags. I don't put my hashtags here, so it doesn't get like too busy. I put the caption here and the hashtags on the first comment, and that's it. And also, if I want to, I put on Facebook and on LinkedIn the same thing. So that makes it easier. So from one post, now you have 3. And the guy that is in LinkedIn might not see you on Instagram and might not see you on Facebook. So you need to be where people are. So that's, and it's free, so you can do whatever. And another one that is it's very good to do is TikTok. It's a little bit long term, but people say, oh, but TikTok only have kids. No, you know a place that where there is kids, there is parents looking for their kids. So the parents are there looking what they are doing, and they can consume your content also. So you can post things there. TikTok's, it's less serious, more fun, so it's nice also. You don't need to dance if you don't want to, but it's a nice way to do it also. If you can, also video is also good. Like YouTube and Facebook is investing a lot on video right now. They want to replace YouTube, and YouTube, I don't know if everybody knows, it's owned by Google. So Google is the biggest search engine, and guess who is the second biggest search engine? YouTube. So people want to, when I wanted to learn something, I don't go to Google anymore. I go to YouTube. So everybody here, it would be interesting for everybody. Okay, I talk to a lot of people from Republic Dominican. So I'm going to do videos in Spanish teaching how people from Republic Dominican can invest here, because when they want to invest here, they are going to Google how to invest, cómo hacer inversiones in Miami. And who is going to be there? Ashley, on the first one. And they are going to click on Ashley. They are going to see everything that Ashley does. And when they come here, who they are going to call? Not Daniel, Ashley, because they already know Ashley. And if you can personal things as much as you want, also good, because that's how people connect. We need to be likable. People do business with us because they like us for some reason. Because they, a few months ago, when I was still only doing development, I got one of my investors because he was a triathlete and I was doing triathlon, and he saw my page. He's actually from my city, but we didn't know each other. But he saw on my YouTube channel a video from the Ironman that I did, Connect. 6 months later, he was investing in one of my projects. Why? Because I did something for investment? No, because I did a video about triathlon. So everything that you do is interesting for, if it's interesting for you, can be interesting for someone. That's why I show a lot of motorcycle, because a person that has $20,000 to $40,000 to buy a toy is a client that I want to have. So if they see that I do that, they are going to be more related to me to do that also. That's why I show boats, because also if when I was building, if I'm building houses on the water, well, this guy is going to want to buy a boat, so he can reach me out through a boat also. Now that I'm selling houses on the water, it's the same thing. So you don't need to be, if you don't want to, you don't need to be just talking about one subject, because you never know when people are going to come with it. Think about networking. When we are networking, we are not, hey, how are you? Do you want to buy a house? We talk to the people. We talk to the person. We get to know them, and somewhere along the line, they are going to buy a house or sell their house with us. And social media is the same thing. A thing that in the beginning got me frustrated is that I wanted the results to come right away. But I learned that it's not that way. We need to keep doing. The only way we are going to get recognized is if we do it every single day in as many platforms as we can, and also as much as we can. Another, for those who do video, you can do video, you don't need an equipment like mine, you can do video with your iPhone. Another app, or this is only desktop, you don't have it here, that I like is this one, Subtitle. What it does, it puts the subtitles on your videos in any language you want.
Wow.
So Subtitle with a Z. So I do a lot of videos for YouTube. Sometimes I do like instructional video tutorials, like how to invest in triple net leases. So that video gets like 10, 15, 20 minutes with different subjects. And
the subtitle is a paid app.
it is. It is $49 per month. You can do, if I'm not mistaken, 30 or 60 videos per month, which is pretty good. I think it's 30. One per day. You can do one per day. So, and also I did, let me see. So, this one is a video that I did about several kinds of properties to generate income. So I talked about triple net leases, I talked about multifamily, I talked about vacation homes and warehouses. So the whole video had those four. So what I did, on YouTube you have one video for everything, and I chopped it in 4 other videos only about that subject. So I put on subtitle. Here I'm talking about triple net leases, properties without maintenance costs and property tax. So that segment, I put the subtitle, because we know people are here when they are in the, what?
They don't have a.
No, subtitle, it's only on desktop. People are scrolling while they are in the dentist, in the doctor's office, so usually they are scrolling without sound. So if your video doesn't have sound, he's not going to listen to you and not going to pay attention to you. But when you have like a title, a header here that is going to grab their attention, and here you put the information that you're talking, oh, so now they stop and listen, read to what you're saying. And here I put more information. Usually here I put a lot of information. So here I put more information about what I'm talking about, what I'm talking here. And that I use subtitle. Same thing here. I do a vlog where I walk with my camera all day long, and when there's something interesting, I talk about it. This one I'm talking on. This week I was very heavy on triple net leases. So this vlog that I posted on October 13 is actually from last year, where I was talking about these strip malls and all the stores that were here, and I was explaining what it is. And then, but I already did a video about whatever, triple net lease in this. Should I do another one? Yes, because you never say the same thing at this. You never talk about one subject the same way you talked the last time. You have a different example, you have a different expression. So that one, in the other one I was at home, this one I'm on the street showing. So it gets different. So people stop, okay, another video now different. He's on the street, he's wearing a sunglasses, he's pointing to all those things. So get to do more content about the same thing, saying the same thing in different ways. When I go to meetings with clients, of course I ask them if I can do it, but I just put the camera on the table facing me and I just start talking to them. Because that explanation I will put on my YouTube, I will put on my Facebook, I will put here, and that's going to reach someone. And another thing that I do that is very good right now, not everybody have 30 minutes to sit in front of TV and watch your video. So what you do a podcast. You extract the sound and put it here, because when they are doing their treadmill for 30 minutes, they don't have anything better to do, so they are listening to your explanation. How to Invest in America by Ashley, what's her last name? Alvarez. Okay, now I want to say, okay, I'm thinking about buying a house there, so how do I do that? Let's see what Ashley has to say. And I go there and I listen to her. So I have a podcast also, which I basically just use the same content that I have in all the other platforms there. The same thing. So I'm not expending more time to create the podcast. Sometimes I do. I call a lawyer, say, look, I want to talk about the 1031 exchange. Can you do an interview with me? And I do a 30 minutes interview with that person. Then you have a little bit of more work to do, because you need to go there, you need to put a microphone, you need to talk to them and everything, or you can just record on your phone. So it's extra work, but if you think about it, probably every day you give someone an explanation about something. If you record that, you have a daily podcast. It's not hard to do a podcast. You record what you're doing. It's your work. Camera there, recording you. If you don't have a camera, you don't want to be on video, you have your voice memo here, which is very good. You put your voice memo over the table, press record, there, you have your podcast. You go to the app Anchor, like Anchor from the boat, Anchor, and this app puts you in all platforms, Spotify, Deezer, podcast, everything. So it doesn't matter if the guy has a Samsung or iPhone or whatever, he's going to find you. So sometimes when I want to advertise my podcast, I advertise with this screen, which is the iPhone screen, and I just put there, I select this one, how to approach investor for your projects. So I just do this. I open actually here, I screenshot this, and what I do, I go there to Instagram and I do this and I say, listen to my podcast. And that's it. You have a post there, took me 10 seconds to do it. And you have another one, and now when people go to Instagram, where is going to be my story? Not at the end, because I had posted 3 hours ago. Now I'm going to be here, and they are going to click and see what it is. If it's interesting, they are going to go. If not, they are not going to. Sometimes, to be different, I go to Spotify, because my podcast is also there. I go to podcasts, I go to shows, I go to Daniel podcast, and I do the same thing. I go, the biggest challenge as a real estate developer. I screenshot, and I go there again, and you have another post. You do sometimes something like this.
But you're not pasting the link. You're just...
No, it's just showing it.
Okay.
And yes, and I put here, you can put, I don't have 10,000 subscribers, so I don't have the swipe up. If you have the swipe up, you can just put the link there, and you do. So that's it. 2 posts about my podcast, 2 episodes, and that you keep building the stuff. The important thing is we need to be likable, and we need to be remarkable, and people need to remember us. And nobody's going to remember us if we do a post every other day. We need to be there every single day for them. I'm sorry, Paulina. And if you take...
Let me ask you, how many hours are you investing?
Me personally...
Once you get organized, I think it's...
Yes, what takes me the most... What...
The key of this is to produce content.
I'm going to disagree because you already going to the places.
I know, but
You already go into Paramount because you have 26 of your clients there. So every time you go to Paramount, you can do something there. One day you talk about the gym, one day you talk about the villas, one day you talk.
the editing, I mean, yeah, I know it's super fast.
If you do here,
You're not
oh,
responsible
another app
because
here.
I'm a marketeer and I do for other people, but I can't do it for me, coño.
You know what?
Unbelievable.
If let me tell you, if we wanna be flawless and perfect, we'll take a lot of time. If we wanna be, as I told you.
I know, but this
You
is
know
what
me,
it is,
you
of
know
course.
me.
And this is the thing that I'm been learning because I'm also like that. That's why it's hard for me to do it. But reality is, we're not perfect. Everybody, we're just human.
Nope.
And if people wants to get to know you, just be you. And be just, the expression that you have in the daily, basis, whatever you do. So that's why sometimes,
As
yes,
we
it's
said,
always.
being likable,
Exactly.
not the perfect.
No,
TV
Exactly. Like let me tell you. What do you rather have? 1 million subscribers on YouTube or 300 that I was actually doing business with you? And the guy who is going to do business with you doesn't care if you're doing a shot from a helicopter or if you're doing from your phone, because you're going. This app here, it's very good. It's called Spark Camera. Okay, it's for editing, but it's very easy, and this is very good for situations like we went to Paramount last week, and I saw Megan doing stories, and she was doing stories and posting, stories and posting, stories and posting. What I like to do is, I do the stories, I download or do whatever, I edit here, like the clips that I did, put some songs, put some captions after. It's going to take me to do that 5 to 10 minutes to do that, and then I post. I don't usually post when I'm there because I want to produce a little bit more, but you don't have to. If you don't have the 5 minutes,
Daniel, that's not 5 minutes. I use my disco, for example, or I use video. And when you want to do something nice, cool, it's going to take a half an hour.
yes, I know. My vlogs take 2 hours for me to edit. But there's an option that I made that option to wake up every day at 4:30 to edit my vlogs. I do. I do. Daniel, I don't want to do that. No problem. So what you're going to do, you're going to do on your phone because for you is easier. But what is not acceptable is not doing anything because one thing is hard. If one thing is hard, I'm going to look for the other one. Daniel, I cannot do YouTube yet. Okay, so do here. When you have the money, you hire someone and then you do the YouTube. I think YouTube is important because Instagram is not a search engine.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work for people to know you, to follow you, and but Instagram is a search engine. On my channel, you can see all the analytics. Last year, before I used to do in Portuguese. Last year I changed it. Now Brazil only represents 25% of the people that watch my channel. 36 from here. The remaining balance is from everywhere else. You can see the demographics and everything. And the top words that they look for is luxury real estate Miami. So when someone looks for luxury real estate in Miami, luxury house, waterfront house or something, with that, eventually they are going to find me. And if they like me, they are going to do business with me. Just as in the real life. If I talk to someone on the street and they don't like me because I have a tattoo, because I'm bald, because I don't wear a suit and a tie, they're not going to do business with me. But I don't want to portray on YouTube or Instagram something that I'm not to do business with people that I don't like. So that's why 1 year ago or 2 years ago, I was the tie and suit guy because I was comfortable with that. But at some point I said, look, I'm not this guy anymore. So I strip it out. So now I'm t-shirt, tattoos, and motorcycle. And that's the kind of clients that I'm going to have. And I'm going to tell you, after I dropped the tie, for me it's better. I'm getting more traction because, not because the tie is bad or the t-shirt is good, because I'm natural. And when you're natural, people understand you and see that you're not playing with them. And that is the cue for the perfection. When you try to be perfect, we are not perfect. And we are going to show that we are trying real hard to be someone that we are not. And we are natural. Dude, this girl here. Let me. Let me see. I forgot her name, but it's a girl that has, I don't know, 10 million subscribers right now, and it's a girl that does recipes. The first video was literally, if I found, I will send in the group, was her filming with a webcam, I don't know, because it was so terrible, the quality, against the light. So she was dark as hell, you couldn't see her, and now she has 10 million subscribers. Why? Because people didn't care about how she looks. They care about the recipe they were showing. So they don't care about how you look. They care about the paramount that you are showing them.
Yeah, what's the information that you're providing?
So by being afraid of not being perfect, we are not putting ourselves there. By being afraid of not being perfect, I'm not showing I sell real estate. So that's something that we need to break yesterday, because if you do anything, you're going to it could be the worst quality ever. It's better than not doing, because they are going to see the first time they say, oh, this is so bad, and the next time you're going to be a little bit better. And then right now, what I do now for my vlog that takes me 2 hours, the first one it took me almost 4 to do the same thing. And now I got better, I got more efficient. I know what I used to do a lot of transitions. I wanted to do like the good stuff, the visual nice stuff, but that doesn't matter. The guy wants to know about triple net leases, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm literally walking with that camera on the street, pointing to CVS. Hell, everybody complains about my shaking, but one person saw that video and now he wants to buy $5 million worth in triple net leases. So do I care about the guy that comments that I shake my hand? I don't, because he's not going to buy from me. So I think that I wanted to be more practical, talking about the tactics. Those are the apps that I use: Canva, Subtitle, Buffer. This one is paid, but it's this one is paid, and you have to have like the Adobe apps, but it's very good because it has a lot of templates. If you want to do something,
What is that one?
it's called Envato Elements. So if you want to do posts like this one is from Canva. This template, so it's very easy to use. But if you want to do something like, let me see if I have here. They have templates that put everything in the right places for you, something like this, or when you have like these designs, if you want to be a little bit more fluffy, Envato Elements is better, but you need to know how to use Photoshop and Adobe InDesign. It's a little bit more advanced. Yeah. So only if you, so don't do Canvas because you cannot do this one. Because that's how sometimes we think, no, I want the best ones, but I can do the best one, so I won't do the other one. But the best one is the one that you can do.
Exactly. And it's very important, guys. Remember, you all are real estate agents. So you have to let people know that you have a license. With that, you cannot just say, oh, I'm just Paulina and I sell real estate. No, because Paulina is not a brokerage. Paulina is a real estate agent. So you guys have to always know that you have to mention, okay? That's part of the law. So you have to make sure that you name the brokerage. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to overwhelm your name, no. But it has to be there. It's just because you have to be protected as well, okay? And also, when you advertise, make sure you don't do any blind advertising or, anything like that. You have to make sure you put something that it's real and with the right numbers if you're gonna put it, okay? Don't put also that something that, yes, I'm just gonna put this, but it is like halfway and you're not really showing what address where it is, or you're just putting, oh, great property for rent. Yeah, but where's the property? So you may have to make sure that whenever you're gonna post, get the full information. Don't just put it halfway. Oh, because that way people can call me. Yes, but you're doing some false advertising there. You're not doing the real thing. So make sure you guys get the current information and the full information when you advertise.
So this is my YouTube channel. On this day, I went to 2 open houses, so I filmed it. I put it here on the vlog. Now what I'm going to do is separate and put each house separated. On this one, you remember my podcast, how to finally structure a real estate project? So it's a YouTube video. I stripped the audio and made a podcast of it.
How often do you post on YouTube?
2 to 3 times a day.
A day?
Yeah.
You do the YouTube stories or like videos?
No, videos.
No,
Once, because I don't overcomplicate it. Like this video here, it took me 5 seconds to edit. Why?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why? Because this is literally on that office. The camera is facing me. That's it. That's the only thing that I did.
What should I study or what should
I cut the beginning, I cut the end. It took me 5 minutes to edit, 25 minutes to export and upload. That's it. That's it.
I don't really have a book.
So yeah, 3 times a day because I don't overcomplicate it. So usually I put my vlogs in the morning, some kind of what we call nugget like this in the middle of the day, and I have for every day of the week I have a different show. Like on Mondays I talk about investment properties. On Tuesday I do showings. On Wednesday I have a segment for Brazilians. On Thursday I show boats. On Friday I'm not doing that so much, but I used to do, like, I talk about neighborhoods. If you go to my playlist, you have everything. What do you want to see? Investments, boats. You want to see Show Me the Money is the one that I talk about investments. And on this one is the vlog. This one is nuggets. What is the other one? This is for Brazilians.
Where's the Harleys?
The Harleys are in the vlogs. I don't have a dedicated to Harleys, but I want to show you the other one that I do about. This one I'm not doing so much because I was overcomplicating and I don't know how to uncomplicate it yet, but I'm trying to. The $1 million showing is about the properties, and neighborhoods about neighborhoods because people want to know where to live here. So Delray Beach, Venetian Island, Key Biscayne. This one is a little bit trickier to edit and to do it. You need to go there, you need to do footage, but if you want to get to know, be known.
Hollywood is a city in Broward County here in South Florida, just next to Fort Lauderdale. And even though it doesn't have a Walk of Fame like its twin sister in the West Coast,
so
Hollywood
I
is
talk
getting
about
a
the
lot of
places.
attention
This one is
and
Hollywood.
fast.
This is one is Delray Beach. So yes, this takes a little bit more time to do it. I need to drive to Delray. I need to write the script, go to Delray Beach, do all those footage, record, come back and edit. Yes, it takes time, but if someone is looking to know, to get a little bit more knowledge about Delray Beach, they will find me.
But do you always use a microphone?
Yes. Outside, yes. Inside, you don't have to. The microphone on this one is very good, but it's open. It's not directional.
But is there like a microphone that
There
connects
are
from
many.
your phone?
Yes,
Yeah,
there are
plug it
many.
into your phone, there's so many.
If you go to Amazon and Google, if you go to Amazon and type iPhone, wireless iPhone microphone, you will have a wireless iPhone microphone. If you want with wire, that is with wire, so you can do what. But if you can, always use a microphone because on video, the audio is the most important because if they can't see you, they can at least hear you. So I guess
Not
that's
enough
it.
information, but I think the most important of all of this is just do it. Just
we
do
have to
something.
do it.
Do something. Start doing something.
And keep in mind that whatever you do for the others. Do for the others. Because nobody cares about us. They care about what information that we have that is valuable to them. If we only post about us, look, this is my listing, look, this is my sale, look, this is my whatever, they don't care. They don't care about our just listing. They don't care about our just closed. If you want to do that, my suggestion as this is what I did. You know what is best than just closed? A client's testimonial. So when I close, I talk to my clients. Look, can you do a testimonial for me, or can we do a little interview? So this one, I think it has the, or it doesn't have the captions. But this one is, she bought a property in Sunny Isles. She's from Brazil, so it's in Portuguese. I need to put a subtitle. And I was asking her, like, why do you want to invest in the US? How was the process? Did you like it? So that way, I can say that I just closed, but I have someone talking. Look, I don't show in this video in any moment. It's just about her talking about her experience. It's a 2-minute video. This one, bought with me, came from social media. Look, this is funny. This guy bought 9 houses with me. I never saw him. He is in Brazil. I sent a guy that I know in São Paulo to his doctor's office to record it. I never saw this guy in my life. He found something that I was talking about, multifamily buildings, in September last year. In November, I went to São Paulo and I forgot to meet him. I told him, look, I'm going to São Paulo, I'm going to meet you. Okay, I forgot. I didn't went. In December, I met Jengas in the Harley Davidson Academy. He started talking about Baltimore. And I said, do you have multifamilies? At that point, he only had single family homes. Look, I have a guy, he wants a multifamily. You have a multifamily, we can do it. Never saw the guy in my life. Daniel, I have a multifamily. That was in December, in the beginning of December. I sent to him, look, check this out. He said, no, seems nice. Okay, he already invests here. He has a warehouse, but not with me. That's nice. Well, we went to Baltimore in December 15, I don't remember. I did the walkthrough with this guy at night, FaceTime. He was driving. I was doing the walkthrough, FaceTiming. No fancy camera, no fancy microphone, no nothing, just showing him. We ended, he said, okay, Daniel, I want to buy. $420,000 multifamily he bought there. After this, he bought 1 week. He closed on January 1st or 2nd, I don't remember. After that, he bought another one in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. From where? Social media. He saw me on social media. This one was a quick thing. He saw, quick. I don't know how long he was watching my stuff, but he sent me an email in October. In December, he closed. But it's there. So what I did, I got his testimonial. I don't need to show, look, I sold 9 houses. I have the guy saying, it's much better. This one, Robert, he also bought 2 properties in Baltimore. He got to know me on a presentation that I was doing in a networking group. The same thing. I never did a single post when I closed their properties saying just closed. Because I don't think that brings any value to people that are looking. But this, he's saying, Daniel, I did a 15-minute interview with him. This is just a part of it. At some point he says, Daniel, if it was not for your experience in developing multifamily, probably I would never buy one, but you helped me. And I don't show in the video, he's just saying. And I think that's much more clever than just closed. Hey, I sold another one. Nobody cares. Your clients, they don't care. Of course, it's good to show that you're doing business and everything, but you can show that you're doing business in a different way. I go to all the open houses I can do, and I record all of them and I put there. I'm doing business. Nobody needs to know how many I'm closing.
I think also sometimes when you post something, I close, I write it, whatever, you also bring this information to your neighbor, your family, your friends.
Yes, it can be. It can be. It can be.
Because in your case, I know, for example, you don't post that because you closing deals over 1 million, so didn't go in your area where you planned before.
Yeah, and sometimes the client doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to get exposed. Then you do look, but you can tell. What I'm saying is, if they don't want to do this, I think you will bring much more value to your audience, even if they are not your client. If you tell a story of how did you help that family, then just I closed this house. Woohoo! I'm the best. Look, this was a very tough deal because it fell through. We couldn't buy the first one. We couldn't buy the second one, but we did this, that. So that's just a little bit different. Everybody wants to have a story to feel good. That's it. And that's it. That's what I use. Takes time, yes. Replying to you. Overall, during my day, I probably spend 4 to 5 hours a day doing those stuff.
But yeah, he's doing everything all the time. I mean, you don't have to start.
Exactly,
5
but
hours.
if I can do 5 hours, I won't do anything because Daniel said he does 5 hours.
And this is the thing, you guys always have to get organized. Put some a time in the day. I don't know if it's 1 hour, 30 minutes, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever you think you need or the time you have, and just make a schedule and organize yourself and do it. Once you start doing it daily, it's gonna become easy. And then now, okay, maybe I can add a little more time. I can add more, include more platforms. But that's something that you guys have to get organized and make sure you put it in your schedule and commit to it.
Exactly, guys. If you don't know where to start, we are agents. SouthFloridaOpenHouses.com. Go there, see what you like, visit. I don't want to show in the first one. I don't want to be on front of the camera. No problem. Just do the video. Do a live session, filming that way, and you are speaking here. You're not on the video, and you're doing a tour on the house. That's very nice. If you do that every day, people are, oh, what house is Cengiz showing today?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I want to see that one more.
Exactly. So you don't need to edit the video on YouTube. You can do the live here, and then you save on your iPhone, and you have there. What I'm trying to say is it can be as easy or as complicated as we want. I chose the complicated because I want to do all of them because I think it's important. But Paulina says, I want to do only the post on Instagram. Okay, but do it every day.
But there's a time, right, where you can schedule the post.
Yes, buffer.com. Buffer or Hootsuite, there's several.
Well, so
That's
I want
it.
to see more of you guys on social media now.
Exactly, and leverage what?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much.
He's like,
And now the good part. The good part. The reason why everybody's here. The turkey. Not you. Not the Turkish.
The baklava.
Not the Turkish, the turkey. So now after we eat and drink, we are going to set up a Christmas tree and serious logistic planning is happening. So where we can put it and change all the frames and the couch.
So everybody's gonna set it up and everybody's gonna help. But that means that because it's Christmas, if you guys wanna make sure you appear in the video, you have to slow down. That means if I'm bringing something and I just let it go, nobody's gonna see it. So the camera's right there. You're welcome to do whatever you want in front of the camera. Take your time, say hi, and continue. Okay? So participate. It's part of it. It's for everybody to be in the video.
Keep hitting me.
Jose. Hey, non importa, che le cos'è? 1, 2, 3, go!
That's why we have alcohol today. festivities are done and it was a very nice presentation. I think everybody liked it, or most of the people like it. And I really like to share my experiences wherever they might be. In Brazil I was a professor, so I think I have that naturally built in on me. And even though I'm an agent, I don't mind sharing my knowledge with other agents. I think the world is abundant. I'm not going to do less business because I'm sharing everything that I know, and I think that it will help them, so it's good. And I almost got run over by a bicycle. And at this moment I'm going to an open house here at Brickell. It's a condo unit. I usually don't go to condo units, but this one seems to be nice.